So we still like the modern scientists are still working on the experimental side. There are no like strong experimental evidence that were discovered yet. However, you know that like the quantum entanglement, it was an idea from like since 1980s, I would say, even before that. But the Nobel Prize was awarded very recently. So because like the experimental evidence was found. So that's the thing. So still, even though it is a scientific theory, but still it is not well established theory that I wanted to tell you. Yes, as you mentioned, Lord Buddha is always ahead of us, and then ahead of everyone in the world. Even though there are great scientists arises, we can't find a greater scientist like Lord Buddha in the world. So the string theory actually explains the small vibrations, like we discussed in like if I try to map it to the Buddhism or the our Buddhist philosophy, the Shuddhashtaka, but actually we are not there yet at all to the Shuddhashtaka level. We are not there yet, but the quantum theory explains the particle is the smallest thing that you can talk about, and then particles carries energy. But in this case, in string theory, tiny small strings vibrate with the same frequency, and all these strings are vibrating with the same frequency, and collection of these strings will make normal modes. That means the different composition. Like we can map it to the Shuddhashtaka level as well. So like if we consider the Shuddhashtaka or the 8 great elements. So we consider that the smallest energy possible, according to the Buddha's explanation, is the 8 great elements, the energy of these 8 great elements. Once we perceive something, that means when we see an image, like a lot of we cannot even count how many vibrations that we see at once together. So these series of vibration of this small building block of the vibration due to Shuddhashtaka merge together to create this big vibration where the power arises, which we called as me at that point, the self-existence. So it's like the same thing, but I'm sure that we are not there yet for sure. But we in the base of the theory, we have that like tiny vibration on as the string theory, and every vibration around us is same, and why we see things differently, why we hear things differently, due to the fact that they merge, the composition of the collection of these vibrations are different. That's the idea, Randima. Do you want to explain more with that and how to map it to the Buddhist philosophy?
Yeah, Kavinda, if you can explain like this, most of the time it's very difficult to convince somebody that this light is created in the eye. So they think it is the outside light coming to the eye. So these light waves, we don't find light. So how to, support this with your scientific background?
Yeah, that's again, that's very critical to think about it, because we cannot see the actual truth, because what we see is an illusion due to the 5 aggregates. The mental formation plays a major role there. So that's very difficult task to do, but let's try it a little bit, Randima. So as R.N. Vahse explains, the vibration in the outside world, even though we say outside world here, at the end, after we explain this example, we will understand that we don't have data to talk about the outside world. Why? Because let's start with the outside vibration, and then if an object appears in front of you, the vibration of that object matches with your eye vibration. Why? Why it matches? Because the object is formed from this tiny building block. We can say it like that way. So this tiny building block is the energy or the tiniest energy possible, which is the vibration of 8 great elements, which is the Shuddhashtaka. So, and then your eye, it is again the vibration, and it's the same. It has the same composition or the energy of the Shuddhashtaka again. So that means the two vibrations can resonate very well. So this resonate will happen, and then, but our eye is not capable of detecting single vibration at a time. That's the important thing. So that's where the illusion arises. So once this vibration matches, series of vibrations come together, and then it will make a new vibration. It's like merging of two waves create another wave, and then the power of the wave is going to be very high, like larger than the first two waves. And it's kind of the same thing when you consider like multiple waves, like a lot. I don't even know how to count. I don't know how many. I mean, it's very big amount of waves get together and create very big wave. So the most important thing is the perception that we get is only that wave when we detect it. So there is no data for us to understand the outside world. It's a mental world that we create. Why? Once we have that wave, that is the chakku viññāna, the eye consciousness, and we cannot stop there because of our ignorance. What we do is we combine another wave to that same wave. So that wave telepathizes at the same time. And where does that come from? It is not coming from anywhere. That wave even get generated with the previous data. So like, let's say like once we introduce this object, like let's say it's a tree, and that vibration arises at the same time when we get the that multiple waves due to the tree arises and match with the outside vibration. At the same time, the previous data, the previous wave that got generate at this very moment and merge with it. So then it's on top of it. It's like actual perception, actual 5 aggregates override by this telepathized or teleported wave. So that means now instead of just a color image, we see a tree, because the names and forms get together and create that tree. So this, as a summary, there is no tree outside. Why? We cannot say that. We cannot say whether it's there or not, because we don't have any data to talk about it. The vibration that created on your sensual sensory organ is the only vibration you can detect. And this wave did not generated beforehand. It generated only at that right moment. And what happened to that wave after that? It disappears. It disappears because like only at that moment when all the waves are merging, that point the vibration occur. And then after that, we don't know what happened. We don't have any data to quantify it or identify it or detect it. So that's the thing. It is like what I want to mention, that like it is like our weakness. I mean, it's not our weakness. Why we see this illusion? It is because of the weakness where our sensory organs are not capable of showing this illusion as an illusion. That's what I want to talk about.
It's really worth Kavindya. Now for our English listeners, I think this Shuddhashtaka, so that is the Buddha's word. So the Shuddhashtaka is the 8 vibration patterns as you highlighted. So Can you please explain that also, this color, sound, smell, taste, then the solidity, liquidity, hot and cold. So those are the 8 patterns. So I mean, underlying thing is the vibration, but various these vibration patterns gives rise to several kind of illusions here, no? The colors, sound, smell. Can you please explain that also, Miss Kavindya? Yeah.
Yes, Ms. Randima. So here's the thing. As we mentioned before, like we started with these 8 vibrational elements. Is that what? Can you
Yeah,
clarify
I
this one?
think we can use no that instead of the Shuddhastaka. I don't know
Yeah.
like which people understand that. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. So the vibration created with these great elements, or that is the Shuddhashtaka. So this is the same vibration everywhere. However, when we perceive it through our sensory organ, what happens is the number of vibration merging each other is different for each. Yeah, and then another thing is, let's say these energies are different, the compositions are different. Why? Because how they merge is different. As an example, here's the thing. So I can only detect the visible light, but if we consider the electromagnetic wave spectrum, there are other waves like TV waves, radio waves, X-rays, but we cannot see the X-rays or TV waves through our eye. Because the composition, when the X-rays form, the composition is not there for us to perceive through the eye. Because when the actual vibrations are within this visible light, the composition emphasizes the color. So that's like that. So all 8 elements are there, all 8 vibrations are there, but the composition there emphasize the color. And then when we taste something, the taste will emphasize there. We call in physics, these are normal modes. The normal modes in the sense that the different final vibrations created from the same vibration, but the composition of the vibration is different because of the number of vibration, how they merged, and then the overlap. How does the overlap happen due to like other factors, like complicated physics factors we don't need to worry too much about. So the composition will change, and here's the thing, the taste vibration cannot be perceived by eye. Again, it is due to the limitation of the sensory organs. Like I cannot listen, I cannot taste, right? Why? Because like that range of the vibration that can detect. So eye is like a detector. So as an example, let's say if you want to see a cell using a microscope, we are using a microscope because we are going to see the tiny things. And then if you want to see the stars, planets, planetary objects, we need to use a telescope. It's like a different detector. So it's like the same thing, our eye, tongue, body. So everything as like we can describe as different detectors, different sensors. So every sensor is capable of detecting only range of vibration, range of energies. And then the normal modes, even though the vibrations created within the range where the taste can be emphasized, still, if you are looking at the food, you cannot taste it with the tongue.